Streaming live now on News8000.com. You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now, this weekend.
Good evening and thank you for watching News 8 Now this weekend. I'm Brooklyn Hine. Breaking news out of Tomah. A home is a complete loss after a fire this afternoon. Just before 3:30, the Tomah Fire Department Facebook page put out a warning telling the public to avoid the area. The fire was extinguished before spreading to other structures, but the building was destroyed. No word yet on the cause or if there were any injuries. One day after an ICU nurse was gunned down in the streets of Minneapolis, Minnesota, leaders and federal government officials remain at odds over who is responsible for the shooting. CBS News' Alana Zach is in Minneapolis with the latest.
One day after 37-year-old ICU nurse Alex Preddy was shot and killed by ICE agents on the streets of Minneapolis, Minnesota officials say they're at a breaking point.
People have had enough.
On Sunday's Face the Nation, Minneapolis Police Chief Brian O'Hara described the frustration of the people of Minnesota in the wake of the shootings of Preddy and Minneapolis resident Renee Good.
This is the third shooting now in less than 3 weeks. The Minneapolis Police Department went the entire year last year recovering about 900 guns from the street, arresting hundreds and hundreds of violent offenders, and we didn't shoot anyone. This is not sustainable.
But during a Sunday press conference, Border Patrol Commander-at-Large Greg Bavino defended the actions of ICE agents.
Our Title VIII immigration mission continues unabated here in Minneapolis, despite yesterday's tragedy that was preventable by folks making better choices, politicians, journalists, and would-be anarchists and rioters.
Governor Tim Walz held a press conference later on Sunday asking the public which side of the Preddy case they choose to be on.
I've got a question for all of you. What side do you want to be on? The side of an all-powerful federal government that can kill, injure, menace, and kidnap its citizens off the streets? Or on the side of a nurse at the VA hospital who died bearing witness to such government?
Preddy's parents spoke out about their son on social media, calling him a hero and maintaining he was not holding a gun at the time of the shooting. Lana Zach, CBS News, Minneapolis.
Community members in La Crosse gathering this afternoon in an effort to show support for those impacted by recent events in Minneapolis. The La Crosse County Democratic Party hosted the protests near Highway 53. Now, despite cold temperatures, organizers say dozens turned out to stand in solidarity and call for action.
This is not going to just end. They're not going to just stop. They have been given full immunity, basically, by the vice president, right? And it's not a matter of, if you are to decide that you don't agree with something that they say, it's when. And then when that happens, your body becomes disposable. And that's what we saw with Renee and with Alex.
Organizers of the protest say they are working on planning an additional protest for next weekend. CNN has learned the FBI has set up a crisis coordination center in Minneapolis and is asking employees from around the country to staff it. As tensions continue to rise in the city after yesterday's deadly shooting, the FBI reportedly is trying to collect intelligence on groups that are protesting federal immigration officials' presence in the city. FBI Director Kash Patel says there's allegedly been increasing threats to law enforcement on social media. And a moment of silence for Alex Preddy at the Target Center tonight before the Warriors Timberwolves. The Timberwolves held a moment of silence for Alex Preddy, who was killed by immigration officials yesterday. A powerful winter storm pounding a large chunk of the U.S. is bringing ice, frigid temperatures, and widespread power outages for millions of Americans. Thousands of flights were canceled today, according to the National Weather Service. The storm is expected to last until tomorrow, raising the chance of dangerous travel conditions for several more days. CBS News correspondent Chanel Call is live in New York.
The winter storm pounded dozens of states from Texas into New England Sunday.
This is really crazy. I can barely even see. I was thinking I needed to bring some goggles or something.
Crews spent the day working on the massive cleanup efforts to take some of the danger out of leaving the house.
The snow just keep coming down harder and harder. No matter how you push the snow, it just keep coming.
In Dallas, an extreme cold warning was set to remain in effect through Tuesday. Amid downed trees and icy roads, Several counties in Kentucky reported widespread power outages.
That's our number one job right now is plow till we get to the trees, and then we got to use chainsaws and cut them up and get them out of the way.
In New York, this taxi driver says he worked through the storm because he likes to help others.
Today is a very dangerous, but I'm driving I make some money, and people is a lot of in the street because they want to cab.
New York City schools have also been shut down on Monday as the city pivots to remote learning for the day. While the snow is causing countless problems, some are making the most of it.
It's just the best thing ever. I love it.
Including these families who went sledding near the U.S. Capitol. Chanel Call, CBS News, New York.
Heavy snow was forecast from the Ohio Valley to the northeast, while catastrophic ice accumulation threatened from the lower Mississippi Valley to the mid-Atlantic and southeast. Well, I'm sure those kids who had off of school enjoyed it, but I'm ready for some cold weather to get out of here. What's it looking like, Nicole?
Yeah, I think the kids are really the only ones who can ever take the positive out of that, because unfortunately, we still have to come to work when it's cold or when it's snowing, especially me. But I kind of like when we get that snowfall. I'm happy to miss out on that one. We still had, of course, the effects from that winter storm, not in the form of precipitation, but in that extreme cold that we saw this weekend. Still holding on to that as we go into tomorrow morning, but this should be the last upcoming morning where it's really going to be quite frigid out there. So tonight, still seeing temperatures in the single digits, although the winds are blowing now around 13 miles per hour. So that's making it feel closer to -15 in La Crosse and Eau Claire. Also seeing that breeze out of the northwest, making the wind chill close to -13. Really, everybody is feeling that wind enter back into the area now as we go into the evening hours after we had a mostly windless weekend, and that will stick around all the way into the morning, prompting another dangerously cold start to the week. So I'll have the details on those wind chills coming up in a little bit.
All right, we'll have to bundle up tomorrow. Thank you, Nicole. The La Crosse Emergency Warming Center will be open tomorrow. It's open 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at 713 St. James Street. A free bus leaves downtown at 7:42 tomorrow and returns from the center at 12:25 p.m. And a reminder, you can track the snow and cold by downloading the First Warn weather app. Mount La Crosse is welcoming hundreds of skiers from around the world this weekend. Well, it certainly was a cold weekend for them, as the 20th annual Dan Nagy Memorial Race takes over the slopes. About 600 athletes from across the U.S. and around the world are competing in these different alpine events, from youth races to international competitions. Now, training started on Friday with races running both yesterday and today, beginning around 8:30 a.m. The event honors Dan Nagy, a well-known Midwest racer who passed away in 2006.
The races went really well. Yesterday was a bit cold with the 15 below zero to start the day, but you know, these kids are from U8, like 7-8-year-olds, all the way up to 18, 19-year-olds. Very resilient, very tough kids.
The event also comes with an economic boom. Explore La Crosse estimates the event could bring up to $1 million in economic impact, packing local hotels and restaurants throughout the weekend. Still to come, the thriller that's making its mark in theaters. We'll have the early box office estimates after the break.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, your pup isn't just boarded, they're pampered. From tail wagging daycare to cozy overnight stays, we treat every dog like our own. Safe, clean, and full of fun. Book today at booktopdog.com. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Cold weather and winter winds remind us that old windows and doors are not our friends. New windows and doors, expertly installed by certified installers, bring comfort, convenience, energy savings, and a great new look. Begin now in choosing just the right windows for your home. Order now and avoid the inevitable price increase in the new year. No worries about missing a promotion. The Board Store offers you the best possible price every day and any day. Contact us online or visit our showroom for a prompt free estimate on windows and doors or other home improvements.
Sometimes my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis gets in my way. But thanks to Skyrizi, I'm free to bare my skin.
Things are getting clearer, I feel free to bare my skin, yeah, that's on me. Nothing is everything.
With Skyrizi, I saw dramatically clearer skin. And many people were 100% plaque-free. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing and me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new plan. Nothing is everything.
Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi, the #1 dermatologist-prescribed biologic in psoriasis. Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
At Top Dog Retreat in West Salem, we've got it all. Playful daycare, cozy overnight boarding, and a boutique full of treats, toys, and gear. Your pup gets love, care, and plenty of tail-wagging fun, and you get peace of mind. Top Dog Retreat, a bark above the rest.
Expect more from News 8 Now. Thanks for watching.
The massive winter storm affecting much of the U.S. kept a lot of people at home, but some still made it to the multiplex to catch a movie. David Daniel has the early estimates for the top 5 films in theaters this weekend.
The whole world will cease to make any sense.
28 years later, The Bone Temple fell from 2nd to 5th place in its sophomore weekend, grossing $3.6 million.
You're a lifesaver. I don't know what I'd do without you. Billy.
The Housemaid took in $4.2 million to stay in 4th place. Zootopia 2 made $5.7 million, remaining in 3rd place and topping $400 million in domestic box office.
If there's something you can do, then you must do it.
After 5 weekends on top, Avatar: Fire and Ash finally lost the crown, but $7 million pushed its domestic total past $378 million.
You're before this court today charged with the murder of your wife.
Oh my God.
Your guilt must fall below the 92% threshold, or you will be executed in precisely 90 minutes.
Mercy is the new #1 movie. Chris Pratt plays a detective pleading his innocence before an AI judge. The sci-fi thriller debuted with $11 million. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
We'll have more news ahead, but first.
We have another morning of dangerous cold to start the upcoming week off, but after that, it looks like we'll see a final end to the cold for now. I'll have the details coming up right after the break.
Save big money on everything you need when you shop at Menards. Upgrade your home with Legrand switches, dimmers, outlets, and more. Choose from unique options that make your life easier and match your style. Save big on all Legrand outlets and switches. Breathe easier with Best Air allergen air filters. These pleated air filters trap larger airborne contaminants to keep allergens out of your home, and they last up to 90 days. Pick them up for just $1.99 each after rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
Are you a fiduciary? Well, sure. What about you?
Yes. At Fisher Investments, we take the fiduciary duty to a whole new level, doing right by our clients in all aspects of our business.
Do you make commissions selling products?
Well, yes.
In Fisher?
We don't sell any commission-based products because as a fiduciary, we believe that's a conflict of interest.
And how do your fees work? Let me explain. And Fisher?
We have a transparent fee structured so we do better when you do better. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
We are very fortunate to have our mom in our lives. We rely on Medicaid to pay for her long-term care. When I learned that it might be cut, I met with Representative Van Orden. He promised that he would never cut Medicaid. He even signed this letter. Then he turned around and he voted for the largest Medicaid cut in history. It's absolutely devastating. We need to tell Congressman Van Orden, stop raising our health care costs.
This right here is what the experts call a problem.
Today I'm lifting some sunken concrete.
So again, this is simply forming a new layer between the soil and the concrete, and it's expanding as we speak.
That's right.
That's moving.
It's moving.
Son of a gun.
Innovative Basement Authority is now Groundworks. Schedule a free inspection.
It's weirdly satisfying.
Isn't it?
Well, we definitely saw another chilly day out there today, but it was one of the first days and almost the last about 3-ish days that we finally climbed above 0 degrees. So finally out of the negatives, although it really didn't feel like it at any point. 3 degrees was our reached high in La Crosse. 2 degrees in Eau Claire. We did have a little bit of a breeze coming back in later in the day, so at the point that we did reach these temperatures, there was a slight reduction in what it actually felt like with the wind chills, but some improvement nonetheless. We'll continue to see that gradual improvement as we go into the week, but it's going to definitely be gradual. As far as difference from our average high goes, still well below average, but not nearly as relatively cold as we were just a couple days ago. 22 degrees below your average high today in La Crosse, 21 in Eau Claire. Relatively warmer air sitting off to our west. That's slowly going to be moving closer to us, but it's going to take some time to really start to see those near average conditions move back in. When we still have one morning of that dangerous cold ahead of us. Coming up tonight, we have an alert day out for tonight, lasting through the morning hours for tomorrow, because wind chills could dip as low as -30, even a tad colder possibly for folks further north of I-94. In those conditions, that means frostbite is possible in 10 minutes or less for the entirety of the area, making it again all the more important that we really bundle up and cover any of that exposed skin as we head out the door tomorrow morning. And that's really all because we have our winds coming back into the forecast. We had almost a completely windless weekend the last day or so, but it's coming back. Not going to be super windy to start tomorrow, but we definitely feel a stronger breeze coming in a little bit later. So just a light breeze to start the morning off, but that's all it really takes to dip those wind chills down that far when it is this cold out. As we go into tomorrow afternoon, then even though the winds are blowing out of the south, it's still going to feel quite cold and getting quite breezy tomorrow evening going into Tuesday morning. That's when it's going to be the windiest of the period. So even though we're seeing substantial warming going into Tuesday morning with our lows, it's still going to feel quite cold out there as winds will be blowing close to 20 miles per hour through the early morning hours and staying breezy all the way through the day Tuesday. So still breezy Monday and Tuesday, but after that we really start to see the winds die down. Should feel a little bit better as we get later on in the week, but we still have to get through tomorrow morning. Here's our wind chills when we wake up in the morning again, around -25 to -30 for what it's actually going to feel like when you step outside, not feeling any warmer than around the negative single digits. And then by Tuesday morning, even though low temperatures will actually be near 0 degrees, with that strong wind, we're still going to see wind chills for the most part around -10. Gradual warming through the week, but for the most part, still going to stay well below our average, which is still sitting in the upper 20s. As we look towards next weekend, though, that's when we really start to see signs of hopefully near normal conditions moving back in, but it's going to take quite some time to get there. Also, very little to no snow chances coming up throughout this week until we get to the weekend as well. So another cold and dry one ahead.
I like the sound of no snow, but cold and dry does not sound fun.
Getting sick of it, yeah.
All right, thank you, Nicole. Coming up next in sports, the latest from the NFL playoffs as Championships Sunday takes place. Plus, the Packers have a new defense coordinator. Find out who it is. Kate is in next.
Is it time for new windows or doors? Contact the company who has done the research for you. The best windows and doors installed by the best people. Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions.
Back again, Jeff? Well, I'm future you. Our doctor figured out why your constipation with belly pain keeps coming back. It's IBS-C, and Linzess could help you get ahead of it.
Linzess is not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Imagine, what could relief from IBS-C mean for you? Talk to your doctor and say yes to Linzess. Learn how AbbVie and Ironwood could help you save.
Hi. Hi. Chocolate fundraiser.
With the Chase mobile app, things move a little more smoothly. Deposit checks easily and send money quickly. That's convenience from Chase. Make more of what's yours.
Get big-time savings for the whole family at Fleet Farm's first truckload super sale of the year. 50-pound bags of Sprout Poultry Crumble and Pellet Feed are $11.99. Save 20% on clear Sterlite storage totes. 12 packs of Scott Comfort Plus toilet paper are just $3.49. And save 25% on Skechers footwear for the family. Load up at Fleet Farm's Truckload Super Sale, January 22nd through the 25th. And check out all the truckload deals at fleetfarm.com.
Okay, let's see. Headlines from News 8 Now? Check. Live updates all day? Check. Local breaking news? Yep. Weather every 10 minutes? Yes, please. Well, that was an easy choice. News 8 Plus. It puts the now in your day.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community. Here's News 8 Now Sports with Kate Overton.
Coming into today, we had just 4 NFL teams still in the hunt, but the coaching carousel making waves. Today, the Green Bay Packers filled their defensive coordinator position following Jeff Hafley's departure to Miami. Matt LaFleur and Green Bay have decided to go with Jonathan Gannon to call the shots on defense. He's a coach that called the plays for Philly in Super Bowl 57 back in 2023. He then went on to be the head coach of the Arizona Cardinals, where things didn't go as planned, which led to him being fired after this past season. One source said Gannon was drawing interest from both Jim Harbaugh and John Harbaugh for their respective defensive coordinator openings with the LA Chargers and the New York Giants. And if the Packers had waited any longer, they might have lost out on Gannon. However, hiring Gannon now prevents the Packers from interviewing Denver Broncos assistant head coach Jim Leonhard for the job, who was a big fan favorite for Packer fans. And speaking of the Denver Broncos, it's official. The New England Patriots are going to the Super Bowl. It wasn't pretty, but they took down Denver 10-7. Denver, of course, playing with their backup quarterback, Jarrett Stidham, and their offense just couldn't find their stride. And now the Patriots are moving on to Santa Clara. And going on right now, just got underway. Sam Darnold and the Seattle Seahawks hosting their divisional rival, the LA Rams, with the winner advancing to face the Patriots in the Super Bowl. These two teams split the regular season, and those two games were separated by a combined 3 points. I'll have an update at 10. Over in Madison, the Wisconsin Badger men were going for their 6th straight win as they were hosting USC, but the Badgers fall short as their win streak came to an end 73-71. I'll have highlights tonight. And that crazy weather in the middle of the country starting to affect a few NBA games. The Milwaukee Bucks were supposed to host the Dallas Mavericks today, but this game is now postponed due to Dallas not being able to fly out of Texas. It's the second NBA game that was postponed today, as the Grizzlies and the Nuggets also delayed. Makeup date for this one still to be determined. And the Minnesota Timberwolves game moved from yesterday to today, currently trailing 47-46 at the half. These two teams will also face off tomorrow night. I'll also have highlights at 10. That's all for sports. We'll be right back.
Save money and sleep better during the January clearance sale at PM Sleep Center. Twins starting at $159, full starting at $249, queen pillow tops as low as $399. Shop the January clearance sale only at PM Sleep Center, giving lacrosse a good night's sleep for over 40 years.
It's not very often a fella gets to offer the best products in the marketplace at a price lower than most others. When I look at this beautiful showroom, when I consider the quality of our products and the team of 80 exceptional professionals, we should be higher priced. But we're not. If you have any doubts for your next home improvement project, you should contact the Board Store today. It's not all the sales and discounts, it's the bottom line that counts, and you'll get no better bottom line than at the Board Store Home Improvements.
Oh my gosh, someone sent me Valley Fudge.
This is awesome. Someone got me Valley Fudge.
Oh, this is exactly what I needed this Valentine's Day.
It's a perfect gift for my secret or not so secret Valentine.
Stop into Pischke Motors to get your new Ram now. We've got your back. Get a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited powertrain warranty. America's best full-size truck powertrain limited warranty on 2026 Ram trucks and vans. And during the Start Something New sales event, get 0% financing for 60 months on all new 2026 Bighorn and Laramie Ram 1500s. Or save over $11,000 off MSRP on select inventory. Go to Pischke.com. Pischke Motors West Salem or Pischke Motors La Crosse.
Save money and sleep better during the January clearance sale at PM Sleep Center. Choose from over 15 mattresses starting at only $5.99. Shop the January clearance sale only at PM Sleep Center, giving La Crosse a good night's sleep for over 40 years.
Well, we have one last alert day to get through before that dangerous cold is finally out. But even after this is done tomorrow morning, we're still going to look at very chilly conditions lasting through the rest of the week, staying below average all the way until about this time next week. By Sunday, we could hopefully be back to near average temperatures in the upper 20s. But again, a long week ahead of us before we get to that. It is the coldest time of the year, so not unusual, but I'm sure we're all.
It would have been a good week to, take a vacation, maybe go to Florida, find a beach somewhere.
That would have been fun. All right, thank you for joining us. We'll see you right back here at 10.